Want a real vibes only, unfiltered take on just about anything and everything? Entrepreneur, best-selling author, speaker, and busy mom, Chelsea Husum shares her unapologetic views about life, business, and this beautifully imperfect hot mess world we face each and every day with lip service and lashes. Now here's your host, Chelsea Husum.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Lip Service and Lashes podcast with Chelsea Husum. I'm so excited you are here. This is a little impromptu with my cute little, I'm going to call him a caterpillar mic. I don't know. I need to name him or her. I am just between working and running out the door it's Halloween. So I got my little, if you're watching on YouTube, I got my little skeleton sweater on right now. I'm getting ready to run out the door here in a few minutes to my son's Halloween party. But it got me thinking today, and I just wanted to talk about something that I know if you're living the mom life, like I guarantee you with my whole being, this hits to your soul. So Halloween, I saw on a Facebook memory about 4 years ago. So I kind of suck at being like the over the top mom. I try, but like I try to volunteer or buy stuff, usually buy stuff if I can for classrooms, just because I don't have time to make these elaborate crafts and all this stuff, right? Sometimes I volunteer. So it was 4 years ago, popped up on my Facebook memories, and it made me think of this. So Wyatt was really young. He was in preschool. He was like 3, let's say. And I apparently had thought it would be a great idea to sign up for a trunk or treat, which is now like a thing. When I was a kid, we didn't do stuff like that. On holidays, your parents just threw you out the door of the car. You walked into school. You had like chill holiday parties. No one brought anything. Like parents weren't usually there volunteering. They just did it and whatever. So now this is kind of what I wanted to talk about, like all this pressure now to be a parent, be a mom, right? Okay, so 4 years ago, I signed up for this trunk or treat, apparently, and I don't know what happened, but I for some reason, didn't have time to like make this elaborate decoration for the trunk. But I remember my other son, Owen, was off school that day, and so I was like, I was driving there. I'm like, buddy, we're going to be just fine because we have costumes. Like, it's going to be fine. So I literally pull up in my son's parking lot and I'm like, oh, holy shit. I didn't say that because my son was in the car. But in my head, I said, oh, holy shit. I suck. I forgot the freaking costumes at home. So I literally, you guys, pull up to a trunk or treat with nothing, like a car and a trunk and me. And if you have kids and you've been to a trunk or treat, you know my pain right now that I felt that day. My heart just sank because I literally looked around at all these, I say moms, because let's be honest, it's the moms usually, 99% of the time. I look around at these like over the top, beautiful, wonderful, elaborate, decorated trunks. And they're all in costumes. I mean, it's like over the top. And I was like, I feel like a total asshole. Like I'm just standing there like an idiot with a bag of candy. And I really was like, oh my God, this is like the worst mom fail ever. I just show up and it sucked. And I kind of like felt bad about myself, just compared because there's this pressure looking around at all this over the top stuff that everyone else has done. Like somehow that's the norm. And anyone who doesn't like spend probably ungodly amounts of money and hours to prep this over the top trunk decoration thing sucks. So why have we as a society created all this pressure around holidays, kids things, sports? Like, honestly, I tried to do, I like today, like I said, I'm going to run the game, which is bingo in my son's classroom. And literally I could have bought and coordinated a game, but I didn't have time, nor did I want to do that because I have other shit to do and I'm running a company and doing other things. So I don't really have like tons of quote free time. But the teacher said, hey, if anyone still wants to do it, I have bingo we can use. I'm like, done. I will come hang out and I will play bingo. Like, that's more my style, more my jam. But like, why do we set the bar so ridiculously high when yes, it looks cool and all that, but like behind the scenes, the moms are the ones suffering. They're freaking stressed out. They're not even present in the holiday because they have all this shit to do. They have to do the crafts for the Halloween party. They have to make these really over the top treats and stuff. You can't just buy whatever like we used to back in the day. You know, you have to make them do all the allergies and make them healthy. And then you decorate them. And it's just like, again, it's cool, but like the kids probably aren't going to remember it. They're going to have fun in general. Like, even if you're standing there and you're just there, it's like their best thing ever. They just love having you there. So like, why have we created this? And then it's like, for me, you know, I show up to this trunk or treat and I suck clearly because I'm like surrounded by all these women who've like done it over the top, you know, above and beyond. So it's like, unless you feel this pressure that like, unless you're going above and beyond and like spending crazy, crazy money and time on this, like you feel bad about yourself or like you suck as a mom, right? It just, to me, it drives me insane. I would rather like do a few things, but pretty minimal, and then enjoy the holiday and not be stressed out. Like this week, I'm not stressed out at all. Like, I'm going to go there, have fun, spend an hour. Cool. Past that, like, we'll go trick-or-treating tonight. And like, I'm actually enjoying we watched Charlie Brown, The Great Pumpkin last night. Like, we did a little trick-or-treat at the high school, the neighborhood high school a few days ago. But like, I'm not spending all my time this week stressing out, buying all this crap, doing all this stuff for something that honestly the kids probably are going to rip open that snack. They aren't going to even look at your little, you know, ghost you made or your little pumpkin or whatever that you spent so much time on. And I'm just kind of sick of I keep saying pressure, but it is to be one of those moms. Like, you feel bad if you're not doing that, you know? And I'm not sure like how we created that. We as a society, we did that to ourselves, but then we're just stressed out. We're constantly like, again, not in the moment. We're not enjoying it. We're like literally wishing the holiday was over. And really, is that the goal here? No, it's not the freaking goal. So, and I say this, if you love that and that's like your jam, hell yeah, girl, get it. But like, I guarantee, because I've had a lot of conversations, the majority of people and moms doing this don't enjoy it. And it's just one more thing they have to do, right? So it's just, as a society, I think we need to make it okay to like pull it back a little bit. And I don't see this really happening, because when you look around and you hear like what's going on at the schools and all that, it's just like more and more every year and like more intense, right? But I guarantee if you're like feeling me here, I know you've watched Bad Moms Christmas. God, they speak to my soul, those movies. You know, when she shows up to the bake sale and she just like plops the store-bought, you know, whatever, Danishes or whatever on the table. And, you know, she hasn't, you know, when they have all the ingredients that said, don't use sugar, wheat, eggs, butter, whatever. It's like, seriously, with all the allergies and stuff, it's like at some point, something's got to give. And it's actually the reason I wanted to get on here is I wanted to say, if you're the mom who isn't loving it and it just adds to your stress, like it's okay to just not sign up for that, not sign up to go to the party, not sign up to bring whatever. You know what I mean? We have to make it okay to do what feels good for you. If you want to be at all that stuff and contributing in every way and you're the room mom and you're this and that, cool, that's freaking awesome. Do it. But like, only do it if you literally love it to your core and it's not stressing you out, right? That's missing the point. And also, since we're on the topic, just like kids in general, I wrote about this in my book. I can't remember what the chapter is called, but like for example, back in the day when I went to high school, you played whatever sport it was for your high school. If you played football, you got the shitty, like stinky old football pads and helmet from the school. Like you didn't have to buy anything. Maybe we paid whatever, but it really wasn't a lot. And you played that sport during the season that it was. And then you moved on and then you maybe went to a different sport or whatever. Like, and I'm from a small town in South Dakota. We didn't have club sports. And honestly, I doubt they even have it now. I have no idea. But like living in a suburb of Denver, oh my God, the pressure is real. And like, again, it drives me insane. I've had moms tell me, oh, if you don't have your kids' sport like nailed down by the time they're 5, they're behind. Are we joking? They're, quote, behind. They're 5. Who gives a shit? They should be trying a bunch of sports. They're not a pro athlete, and they very likely aren't going to be a pro athlete, people. They probably won't even play in college. But you're going to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You're going to be gone all weekend long at tournaments where they're playing numerous games all weekend. You're traveling. Maybe you're traveling out of state, all of that. And potentially, if these kids have actually started that sport at 5, by the time they get to high school, very likely they don't like it. They're overwhelmed. Like back when I was a high school teacher, I can't even tell you how many conversations I had with these students who did not enjoy the sport that they were playing anymore, but they didn't want to tell their parents because they knew how many thousands of dollars they had spent, the time, all the, everything. They were scared to tell their parents. They didn't even want to do it anymore. And then they're getting done with practice at 10 at night. They go home. They're eating dinner at 11. They're staying up till 1 a.m. to do homework. I mean, come on. It just kind of drives me crazy when this is the norm. And it's like we're saying, go, go, go. Just be miserable. Be exhausted. Don't take care of yourself. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to say, having kids in activities and sports, yes, that's amazing. They're learning skills. They're, that they should be learning on a team, right? And they're learning discipline and, all of that. And I get some people love it, but I also get that there's so many people out there that I hear complain about that's all they do all weekend. They have no life. They're freaking exhausted. And it's like, we need to understand that we create our life. We're not on a runaway train of someone else has set all this up and it's out of control and we're on a runaway train. If you're loving it, awesome, keep going. If you're stressed out and it sucks and it's affecting your family, your mental health, all of that, guess what, guys? We actually can make some changes, and not every kid has to do 3 activities at once. Maybe they do 1 and they really enjoy it. And then you're not running around all the time and you're not so stressed out. We ultimately create our lives. So if you're stressed out and miserable, like, I'm sorry, but that's on you. That's on you. Only you are in charge of the things you sign your kids up for, the things you commit to, right? So if like we're miserable, freaking change it. Or you're just living, why are you trying to live a miserable life, right? I mean, so I feel like there's so many things that a lot of times we feel are out of our control, quote unquote, but like ultimately it's not. We are, as the adults, as the parents in the family, like we're the ones signing them up for that, for this or that. We're the ones paying for it. Like, so I just encourage you, if you're feeling stressed out, if you're feeling like you're never good enough, you can't, the bar is up here and you'll never get there because it's just over the top expectations. Make it okay to set a boundary with yourself, to pull it back as needed. Maybe just for a season, try it out, see how you feel, right? It's just, we focus so much on go, go, go. There's no time for kids to play anymore. Just like play, downtime, time to be creative, time to rest, time to actually get 8 hours of sleep at night. We've normalized this freaking chaos and just like stress. And I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with that's how we have to go through life. I don't. So thanks for listening to me ramble. Very passionate about this stuff because I hear comments and I see people, and it's just, I want you to feel like you have some power over your life if it's not feeling good, right? And again, if it is, yay, you do you. But like, we need to be happy now. It's not, oh, someday I'll be happy when this season ends, or someday I won't be so stressed out, whatever. Like, take control of your life, make it what you want, and that's it. You're not going to, no one's going to come after you, or they shouldn't, for taking a step back or maybe not being at every school function or whatever. So, message here. Look at what you're doing. Is it filling you up? You can suck like me and be like the showing up to the trunk or treat with literally nothing besides a bag of candy. I set the bar real low for you guys. You're welcome. So if you're even doing mediocre work here, you're killing it because you got me, you're up against me. And I, again, suck and set the bar low because I struggle. So have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. Please share, please review. And until next time, this has been the Lip Service and Lashes podcast. Just remember, no BS, just real vibes.
Thanks for listening to Lip Service and Lashes with Chelsea Husum. Make sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. To learn more about Chelsea and her life as a hot mess mompreneur, head over to chelseahusum.com. And be sure to follow her on all social platforms. Thanks for listening, and just remember, no BS, just real vibes.